All right, we're back. How we doing, huh? Yeah? Decent?
Yeah.
Good. Today's plan. Sleepy? I'll wake you up, Jordan, don't worry. It's like a total fit kind of day. We're gonna be outside, walking down the hills, it's gonna be good. Measuring the hills. Today's plan is to wrap up estimation fairly quickly, I think. And then get into the next topic, which I like to call grade. G-R-A-D-E, which is not like grading your exams. It's a different definition of the word grade. Yes, exactly, Asani. I want to make sure we all understand that, can crunch it, and deal with it in our daily lives, basically, which is kind of the way I want to come at it. Via a bunch of different examples, one of which put you outside. So the last thing for estimation is making sure that everybody's solid running the program. And the way I wanted you to use that was this Lego problem. Max had to collect. He wants to collect all 16 of these minifigures from Series 11, and they were pretty cool. I can't really say I blame them. The roller derby girl, the punk rocker, the farmer, the whatever that is, little elf. Looks like a yeti. I mean, there's all kinds of awesome stuff in that set. I can't blame him. He bought two. He got the roller derby girl, and he got somebody else who I forgot now. But his first claim was, let's just buy 16. He grabbed 16 bags, essentially everything they had in the store at that time. So what's wrong with Max's logic? Just grab 16 bags, I got them all now, right? I got them all now. Shell, go ahead.
Well, what I was thinking of was the manufacturer. First of all, what company were you at? And then how many did they actually get from the manufacturer of those toys? They could have bought 200, 300, or only 84 of them.
Okay, suppose they only bought 16 of them.
That's right.
What's wrong with Max's logic? If he buys 16 bags and there are 16 figures, he's now got one of each figure. What's he ignoring? And as a 5-year-old, I can let him slide on this one.
He did the same one twice, but none at all.
Isn't Kirsten, there we go. Boom. Just because he grabbed 16 bags does not mean he has one of each. It just means he has 16 bags. He very might well has 16 roller derby girls. And this goes what Shelly was talking about. The manufacturers, depending on, and I think Lego's pretty tight with how they manufacture. From what I know about the company, it's a pretty small company. It's headquartered over in Switzerland, I think. Denmark, thank you. One of those awesome countries. So I don't think we'd have to worry about like all the roller derby girls coming from Arizona, all of the Yetis coming from Denmark, all of the punk rockers coming from, where do they come from, LA probably. Yeah, so I'm not going to worry about that. I think that's not an issue, but still the fact that if they make all these, if they make 1,000 roller derby girls, 1,000 punk rockers, 1,000 Yeti, put them in bags, throw them into a big vat, stir them up, essentially is what's going on, and then distribute them out to their companies, you're going to have these clumps. You guys noticed this, hopefully, when you were running the program. Did anybody run the program and it took exactly 16 to get all 16? It can happen, it just is not likely to happen. Ariel, what are the numbers you got?
60, 79, 87, 48, 34, 29.
Listen to that, 29 is pretty low, but everything else 70, 60. What was your average-ish?
It was 54.
On average, by 54 for Ariel. What are some other numbers we got? Throw them out there, Mike, go.
37.
37? That was your average. Average of 37, average of, what was it?
54.
54, 37. Shelly, what was your numbers or average?
I didn't have the computer, but I came up with 160.
Oh, 160. Holy wow. That can happen, of course. That could happen. Keep getting the Yeti, right? Before you get the punk rocker. I'll run this real quick up here while we're chit-chatting. Estimate. How many sides does die have? Yes. It's essentially having a 16-sided die. Here she goes. She is going to roll 44 times. Okay, so that's right in line with what you guys are saying. Here we're going to roll it again. And we're going to roll 31. That's better. That's better. It's essentially buying 2 of each. Here we go again. Oh, good. Good. 76. So you see the problem. The problem, of course, is that the problem is you can't just buy 16. You can't just buy 16 because you're very, very, very likely to get a repeater somewhere along. And the more figures there are, the more likely it is to happen. The more figures, the more likely. You saw that with the coins. With the coins, I asked you on average, how many times do you flip a coin until you see each side at least one time? Very few of you flipped it twice, heads, tails, or tails, heads. On average, it took us 3. 2.97, if I remember correctly. 2.97. Mathematically, it's 3. Okay, because you're going to get a repeat in the first batch. You're going to get a repeat in that. If for some reason It's very likely to go tails, tails, heads, or heads, heads, tails, on average over time. I don't know why, it just is. And the dice were the same thing. 6-sided die, took us like 13 or 14 rolls until we saw them all. And it just gets more and more and more the more sides we add. That's kind of an estimate you can use in your mind. Think about that from class. From class, with a 6-sided die, it took us about 14 rolls until we saw everything, right? It took us about 14 rolls until we saw everything. Okay, so roughly double what we were expecting. So with a 16 here, you might go with the estimate of, well, maybe it's roughly double. Maybe it's somewhere around 32 or something like that. The true mathematical relationship is given by 1, I used to know this, so I still do. It's 16 over 16 plus 16 over 15 plus 16 over 14 plus 16 over 13, all the way down to 16 over 1. You have to sum all that stuff up. That's the true mathematical, not estimation. I didn't want you to do that. I wanted you to run the program and get averages. That was the whole point. I don't want you memorizing formulas. I mean, I had to go to my memory banks for that one. And I think I just burned half of breakfast doing that. So the point is, that's why you have the program, is to run the estimations. That's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Cool? Good. That's estimation, friends. That's estimation. I don't have, I think, graded materials. We'll stop and start this. It makes sense to...